Hello everyone, this is Dmitry from Galileosky, and this is the final video of our course on the remote configuration service features. The last thing to explore is the client's account. Start the configurator. Click the person icon in the upper right corner of the screen and select Client's Account. In the Client's Account you can see details about your organization like name, TIN, and contact information. If it's necessary, you can change them. I recommend keeping the data in the client's account up to date. The list of users in the company account is also available on the main page. This is the feature I'd like to talk about in more details. The thing is that now you can create user account attached to the company's account. And thanks to the role-based system, a flexible scheme of managing devices that belong to you and your customers can be created. For example, as part of your company account, you can create user accounts for your engineers and give them administrator access with full rights. All accounts with admin rights will have full access to the system on the same level as your main user account. You can also create separate accounts for your technicians. These accounts can be limited to viewing individual device groups and, for example, adding and deleting devices. But most importantly, now you can create accounts for your customers and give these accounts access to their devices only. That said, if some customers are too curious and tend to experiment, you can give them access only to view settings. Let's see how we can manage accounts and start by creating a new user. Click the Add User button and fill in the fields in the appeared window. You can fill in user information, give contact details, and assign the role in advance. The main thing is to set the login and password for the new account. So, a new user is created. So far, only the basic role of admin is available. That's why this role is assigned to the new user. Now go to the Roles tab and click the Create Role button. Here we can already give the new role and the available options. For example, let's create a role for one of the customers with access only to their devices. Clearly, we don't want the client to have access to all trackers on your main account, so disable full access. Now you can grant access to a specific tracker group for this role. I will show how to do this a little later. I will not give access to a file storage, but it makes sense to allow a support engineer to be invited, in case the customer contacts the Galileosky tech support on their own. In the role name, I'll specify Company1 Admin. In the role description, you can put some additional data, but you can also skip this field. Now the role is ready. Click the Save button. Go back to the main page and find the user that we created earlier. Click the Edit icon with the pencil and choose the Company1 Admin role that we just created. Don't forget to save changes. Now we need to give access to the group of devices to the administrator of this company. Go back to the configurator and find the group of trackers on the All Devices tab. Click on the three dots next to the group name and in the opened window select Setup Access. Check the box next to the newly created role and save changes. Now you can share login and the password of the new user account with your client. Let's see how the configurator will look like for this user. Log in to the configurator with the login and the password given earlier. As you can see, the list of available devices is limited only by the group to which we give access to this user. On the Files tab you can see a message about limited access, but we can connect to trackers remotely and change their settings. There is no limit to the number of accounts or roles that you can create on your main account. You no longer need to create single accounts for each of your employees and customers who need remote access to devices and keep synchronizing all these accounts to make sure that all trackers are available. The new service will help you to create a flexible and user-friendly system of user accounts and allow them to access only to the devices they need to access. There is one more feature that is available to you in the web interface of the remote configuration service. You can invite a support engineer. The fact is that for the security reasons, even Galileosky employees cannot access to your trackers without your permission. When contacting technical support, it's often necessary to give access to devices for diagnostics and configuration check. You can give access to an individual tracker to a specific support engineer with group device usage. Another option is to send a support request. Let's go to the client's account again. Click the Support button in the top menu and then click on the Invite a Support Engineer button. You can choose the time from which the engineer will have access to your devices. You can give access for 15 minutes to 7 days. It's better to choose the time interval with the engineer who is working on your request. Now we've gone through all the features of the updated remote configuration service in details. I hope you found those tutorials useful. That was Dmitry from Galileosky. See you later.